Curious minds will never forget the powerful stories hidden in the last images of these historical figures. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the trust-tested channel. After that, leave us a comment on what other stories you would like to hear about.
I subscribe to that.
This is the last photo taken of Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors of the late 19th and early 20th century. It was taken in early January 1943, just days before he passed away on January 7th, 1943, at the age of 86. At this point in his life, Tesla was broke, living in a New York hotel with his rent paid for by his former employer, Westinghouse Electric. He suffered from poor health, especially since 1937 when he got hit by a taxi in New York and refused to see a doctor, never fully recovering from his injuries. Tesla passed away in his hotel room, found by a maid who entered, ignoring a "Do Not Disturb" sign that was put on the door 2 days earlier. This is the last photo of President Franklin Roosevelt, taken on April 11, 1945. Just 1 day before he passed away from a brain hemorrhage. When the photograph was taken, and in his final moment on April 12th, Roosevelt was posing for a painting. This is why his final words are said to be, "We have 15 more minutes to work," as there was a barbecue happening later in the day, which the president was going to attend after the painting session. Franklin Roosevelt suffered from ill health for most of his life, which was mostly kept from the public. This photo shows a man who has endured the stress of leading a nation through the Great Depression and the Second World War while battling severe health problems. In the afternoon of April 12, 1945, while posing for the portrait, Roosevelt fell unconscious and passed away a few hours later at the age of 63. This is the last photo of Ulysses Grant, taken on July 19, 1885. Just 4 days before the former president would pass away due to throat cancer. Here, he can be seen reading a newspaper on the porch of his home in New York. Just 3 days before this photo was taken, Grant had finally completed his memoirs so that his wife and family would be financially secure after he died. Over 100,000 advance copies of the memoirs had been ordered. This is the last known photo taken of Vladimir Lenin, the founder and first leader of the Soviet Union. It was taken in May 1923, about 8 months before he passed away. When this photo was taken, Lenin was in the process of recovering from a third stroke that rendered him paralyzed and unable to speak. Standing behind him is his sister and his doctor. He never recovered from that third stroke, and on January 21, 1924, Lenin slipped into a coma and passed away at the age of 53.